it's Christine. Time for a scrapbook process video. And I have been going through my phone, kind of cleaning off pictures and, you know, your iCloud thing, right? And I come across these pictures on my phone. I haven't deleted them because I go, oh, I don't want to delete those. But they're when my daughter was modeling. I'll have to go look on my phone now, see what year it was. I want to say it was 2017. But anyway, and she did a little Self magazine photo shoot. They used her hair as like this little 8 mistakes when curling your hair, and they made her look pretty or whatever. So I'm kind of sad because they're a little bigger than this thing lets me print, but I'm going to make it work. No biggie. The whole point is about the modeling anyway. It's not really about the actual article. But I'm going to use those pictures. I'm not yet sure about the layout. I may cut them and then kind of go across the middle or something. But then I have this February 2023 hip kit, and I'm trying to, honestly, I think they sent an email revealing the May kit. I won't get it for a couple of weeks, but I need to use this so I can get my slot opened up. I have little paper trays over there that I put my current kits in, and I realize if my slots start getting full, I need to use them. I have to get done with these things. So I'm going to go through this. That's cute. That's a good little set of pictures. I'm trying to make it, you know, ooh, that's pretty. What if I go with, I don't know, y'all. This is tricky because I do also like the yellow. That's kind of pretty with that pink. On the other hand, is that kind of sucking the pink away? Maybe better that way. And then, ooh, no. Look at that. That's really pretty. All right. Okay. I got to figure some stuff out here. Oh, that's pretty. This could be cute, but then have some kind, I need a contrast in there. And I don't know. Oh, look here. Here's a blue. This could be pretty. So maybe go with these colors, right? Do something like this, but then maybe the pictures go across. So anyways, that's what I'm going to start working on. I got to figure this part out here. I don't think this is going to work. I think that's a little too bright. I think this is the right colors here. Yeah, so let me cut these up, kind of figure out what I'm going to do here, and I'll come back on in a second. Okay, y'all, so what I've done at this point is I have matted the photos on, I used the herringbone pattern. It was kind of laying under my hand there while I was chatting. And then there was a little black and white, like hashtaggy, or not hashtag, I used this in another layout not too long ago, and I called it the little, like when the bird on Snoopy was talking, you know, you see little hash marks, whatever, those little marks. It looks kind of like that, but they're at a diagonal. So anyway, I've mounted the photos on those two papers. And then I decided I wanted to tear these little papers here. And so I started to do it, and then I realized I really want to mat this floral on something. I wanted to mat it. So I decided, I'm looking at it, I'm going, do I want to put it on the yellow or do I want to put it on the little plaid there? And I decided on the yellow. And I'll trim this down to 11.5 inches. And I'll do that here on camera. I'll take off this little board strip here. Y'all, look at those little pretty branding strips they have. I have a little bit of paper left from this. I only have one full sheet, which is the plaid, and a bunch of scraps and then the branding strips. So I think I'm going to make a little layout with just the branding strips and stuff like that. I don't really know 100%. But so I put that floral there, and I like it initially. And I'm going to let it sit there for just a second, but I'll realize in a minute that I actually want to add white cardstock in between. So I'm going to tear this pink here. So I'm going to end up basically with this little torn band going across the middle. I like that effect. I've seen that done. I've done it myself a number of times. It gives a real nice texture, and it just looks kind of cool. So I'm going to tear these. I'll get my weird hand shape that I do. I've thought about that. I don't know why I do that, but it happens every time I'm tearing those papers. So I'm going to do that. This is why I think I'm going to realize I really want that white cardstock in just a second. But I'm going to trim these down 1/2 inch because I got to match the big floral, right? I keep just kind of setting them there. I don't know why I'm doing that because it's not like the pictures have to be on there to do that, but I'm going to keep setting them there, I guess. And the funny thing is I'm not certain if they end up in that same order. I don't think they do, actually. But yeah, this is where I realized, you know what? No, I'm going to go and get some white cardstock and put it in between those two florals just to give it a little break. Now, the thing that I do manage to do is glue it crooked. So I don't know if you can tell, but it's definitely on a little bit crooked. So I'm not going to worry about it. It's not enough to matter, but it's on there a little bit crooked. So it kind of annoys me a little, but it's okay. So I'm going to go 3 of the pictures down directly to the blue, and then I'm going to add foam under the one where she's smiling directly at the camera. I just felt like that was... you know, she's looking directly at the camera, so I thought that was kind of the more focal photo. And so I'm going to put the foam behind that. I'm going to kind of, all of them are going to go a little bit of a wonk. So sorry, if I start coughing, I'll have to stop their audio and start again, but I've had this cold. Hold on. Okay, gang, so sorry about that. I had a major coughing fit. So here's where I'm going to start pulling out this font here. And I'm going to initially start it off with Model Gorgeous Hair or something like that. I mean, if I even wrote down like She's Gorgeous. I changed my title like 2 or 3 times here. So it's going to end up being, I'm going to put down Model Gorgeous Hair, and you're going to see that. But then I'm going to reorganize it, and it's going to be Gorgeous Model Hair. So I'm sorry. I've cut some of this out too. So now I'm not even sure at what point. Oh, here's where I've got model Gorgeous Hair. But in a minute, I'm going to start putting the ephemeras and different things on here, and I'm going to realize I don't really like that. First off, it's kind of weird in the sense of like the letters kind of create weird pockets of space, and I do put a butterfly in a second. There's me trying to use that little picture frame chipboard again. I have tried to use that several times because I really like it, but it wasn't going to work because I had used that pink heart paper, and it was right next to it. So I ended up pulling my little, not Tweety Bird, but the little bird hashtag frame out. And I did use my little chipboard that says, what an amazing memory. I really like that. And so now here's where I'm dumping out all my ephemeras. I put the little yellowy, greenish butterfly up there, and I put that butterfly there, and I'm thinking, okay, that looks kind of cute. But I didn't care for how it just still didn't look right balanced to me. And so in a minute after I start kind of laying this other stuff down, I'm going to actually change it up because I'm going to realize I don't like you. It doesn't look like I want it to. So I'm just kind of, again, I'm kind of going through these ephemeras here. I will find these 2 hearts. I'm not going to lie, they're a little hard to see on the floral, but I'll do something in a minute that I'm kind of proud of myself for coming up with. I found this, in a minute I'm going to start pulling out the vellum pieces, and I'm so sorry I can't tell exactly what I've got going on right there, except I know I'm looking at that butterfly and I'm going, that's not going to work. So I'm going to sit here and reorganize these letters. I probably should have cut some of this out because I do have to move things around. I do like how this turns out, though, because then it kind of stair steps down and creates a little pocket for an embellishment to the left of the model hair letters. So I'm going to start in a moment. I'll pull out those vellum pieces, and I'm going to end up pulling out a little vellum tag that I'm going to use up in the upper left up there underneath that butterfly, and I'm going to actually find a little swan. You can kind of see it in the package right now. You can see the little head poking out. It's a little swan with a crown on it, and I don't know why it was in the vellum packet, except I guess I pick things up and shove them all into their little packets. I'll probably end up putting them all in one packet now because I've gone through some of it. Anyways, I'm pulling out these little flowers too. So there's little flowers. I put those by the butterfly there. I look at that cat because I do think he's cute, but he doesn't go on there. I'm probably going to need to do a layout about my cat or something again. I have plenty of cat pictures. I could probably just do that. But I do find these little flowers there, and I'm going to put next to the butterfly. Here's where I decided to go ahead and pull out my the vellum pieces. And I'm putting that tag back there, and I kind of have to organize it. I think that looks really cute, though. It kind of softens the florals a little bit so I can put other things on top, and it's not so hard to see because the florals are a little hard to see. And then I find this Pinch Me, How Did I Get So Lucky? And I put that on top of the hearts, and I do like it, but I'm kind of realizing it's a little hard to see. So I'm gonna get on my chipboard again. There's where I put the little swan up there. I'm digging through some more stuff here. You know, there's always plenty to choose from, right? And I'm liking that flower, but I don't think I end up using that, actually. I think I set it off the side. I go, no, you're not going to work. And what am I doing next, y'all? Oh, this must be where I decide. What do I decide here? This must be where I get that little picture frame, or the little chipboard frame here. So I find this little chipboard frame, and I flip it because I don't know why if I'm honest, I don't know if that's one of those like library card things or something, or what are those called? Slides from back in the day, if that's the little point of the little holes on the bottom. But I do flip it because I like because in the upper left, I have that little, what is that color? Chartreuse or something that's kind of framing the What Amazing Memory. And I like the fact that I can flip it and I got the little green on the bottom. But I decided I'm going to put that piece of vellum, the Pinch Me vellum, on top of that. And I think that looks kind of neat. I came this close to putting little beads or sweetens or something to make it a shaker, but I decided against it. I tried to put that little chipboard heart up there next to that swan, but it was too big and I didn't really care for that. It wasn't going to work. But I got to thinking to myself, I know I've got another set of Hip Kit stuff that may have a similar color palette because they do that. And so I'm going to go away, and I got another little set over here. This is from an earlier kit called Stories About Me or something like that. It's from earlier this year, and it did have a couple little chipboard hearts in it and a couple little phrases that I really liked. So I pulled out Love This, and I put that next to the swan. And then there was another one at the bottom that said, Clearing My Camera, I Found These. And that's funny because that's actually how I found these pictures. So I thought, you know what, that's perfect. I'm going to put that there too. And then there was this little I already put the little round cut circle. That was from the other set. But that's the pieces I put on there. And then that is all I'm going to do this layout, y'all. I really appreciate you watching. Thanks so much. Thanks for bearing with me while I try to get through a coffin fit. And make sure you check out my Instagram at Scrapping Harden. And we will see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.